Yeah, Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're wrong, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to the Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You could call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
And welcome back, everybody, to Perfect Plex Talk Radio right here on the Unpopular Review. And I mean to say this to be completely honest, people. Today, that name for this network is apropos. The unpopular opinions of Perfect Plex today. And let me state this from the top. The words, the comments belonging to the people to speak on this program today. That means you, me, and anybody else belongs to them and does not represent everyone a part of Unpopular Review and Perfect Plex Talk Radio. And as always, people, you already know this. I am your host, Mike Knoxxx. And indeed, I spell my name with 3 X's because like love, in this case, the blue and the print, I am hardcore. I am your Slammy award winning. That's you see him. I ain't done with you yet. I am your championship belt having, chalk line wearing son of a bitch today. Because today, I don't want to piss you off. I want to do what I've always done, what I've always continued to try to do. And that's just open you guys up, your minds up, if you will. Open up your minds to understand that this is the show for the intelligent wrestling fan. And it is my duty, and I said duty, to make sure you are intelligent.
I mean, we can't talk straight in the barbershop. Well, can't we talk straight? We can't talk straight nowhere else. You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation. It ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
That means, let me state this disclaimer before I introduce my right-hand man. I have developed this program to say just that. Thank you, Cedric Entertainer. Ain't nobody exempt. And let me say this. And Dice, excuse me before I introduce you, okay? Excuse me. Let me take you around the blocks with Mike Knoxxx real fast. I have always been pro-black. I will always be pro-black. They say, who you voting for? Issa Rae at the Oscars. She said, I'm betting on black. Like my man Wesley Extra Dykes, Dark Snipe said, always bet on black. So with that being said, as I am talking about me being as black as I am, let me go ahead and introduce that brother next to me over here. Hey, Dice! Man, just go ahead and introduce yourself, man, so we can get the show started.
Oh, hell to almighty Dice Man, a.k.a. Mr. Z is silent, a.k.a. Dice Man Holla, a.k.a. Big Champ in the Chat, Kith for those not in the know, a.k.a. the Shang Tsung's debation. I'm going to hurt some feelings today, and you know your soul is mine, a.k.a. the apprentice of Thanos, a.k.a. he might be pro-black. I'm okay black, and I'm going to tell you why you Stephen A. I'm black, y'all fans. You sound fucking stupid, a.k.a. your mama's favorite daddy. Let's jump into this because I've been waiting on this all week. All week, I ain't talked about this shit. I ain't said a damn thing about no damn. Ain't nobody talking about no damn Sasha, no damn Naomi. Ain't nobody thinking about them right now. I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that.
I'm sorry, I keep kissing my championship.
Now, I just want to go on. I want to go off about this because, frankly, the stuff that I'm hearing, I can't take it no more. I can't take it. And all the wrestling groups, all the tweets, all the text messages I get about this shit.
The text messages are annoying, bro.
People.
I'm not gonna lie to you, the text messages. Listen, I love you guys, and I thank you guys for considering me when, or in his case, us, when it comes to your wrestling knowledge and want to hear what we gotta say. But I tell you one thing, guys. You want to hear what I gotta say? You come join us here on Mondays at 6 p.m. because I can't talk about wrestling all week long. And in the backstage is the newly acquired The Blueprint, King Vaughn Jr. 720 on the Twitter. Y'all missed it before stage. We had a backstage beef between the Blueprint and the Z is silent. The Z stands for me today. Boy, they going at it. What's going on, Scott Thomas? I'm here to continue. What's going on, Charmaine? Listen, people, share, like, comment below. Let us know. Today is the day. And what is today? Today is a day we're actually going to sit here and talk about wrestling. We're going to sit here and we're going to talk about a lot of things on tap today. That's the crazy part. It's a lot of things to talk about right now. You see the marquee right there, Boston Globe versus WWE. Whose side are you on? Who you with? Okay? Who you with? We're with the top 10 factions draft. Whoa. Y'all thought these drafts were good before? You ain't seen nothing yet because this shit is getting hard. We got, pun intended, and we got 2 words for you, or suck it. We're going to get into that too. The wrestling news and also the Week in Wrestling AEW 3-year anniversary. Double or Nutness this weekend. So we'll give you our predictions real fast if we can. And stick around. You have anything to say? If you don't like what we say, you have a comment, we're going to do something we ain't never done before. I'm going to open up the floor to any one of y'all who got something to say about this. This is a very hot topic in professional wrestling right now. And we're going to start right there, okay? And you're right, Charmaine. 23 years ago, the death of Owen Hart. So we're going to start right there. And Dice, let's just inform people what exactly is taking place. Friday night on SmackDown, Michael Cole was given information to speak about the fact that Sasha Banks, it actually started last Monday. I apologize. Last Monday, as we got off the air and Raw came on air, they were mentioned that the girls were not happy with some things that happened backstage and since then had walked out of the company. Corey Graves proceeded to call them unprofessional. That started the floodgates amongst everybody on social media and in your wrestling circles in which you belong to. I belong to a lot of these wrestling circles. Like I always do, stated it's probably a work. It feels like a work. When has WWE gone on television publicly and done this? Well, lo and behold, it's not the first time, won't be the last time, and all you guys are wrong all the time. I was wrong. Unlike Dave Meltzer, by the way. Hey, Dave, fuck you with the Blueprint fingers on. Okay? So we proceed and we move to Friday night, and lo and behold, Boston Glow gets suspended indefinitely. They have been stripped of the women's tag team titles. They will have a tournament starting tonight on Raw. And the biggest thing in all of this is that they announced this on television. And they went as far as to say, and I quote with this statement here, the actions of Naomi and Sasha Banks has broken the hearts of millions of WWE fans. And I think that truly was the kiss of death for these ladies. Dice, I will hold my comments for you, or when you're done, or if I feel like I gotta jump in, which we shall do. I know we're gonna have to go back and forth because I got a lot to say, and I don't want to run on and that's fine. And cause people to lose. I know the hashtag that is out there. Shout out to the King Vaughn Jr. 720, my Ayatollahs to rock and rollers social media star in the backstage here. Tweet it out. We stand with these ladies. Let me just say this. I do stand with them. I want them to be successful. I wish the best for these ladies. But as I said in a text and a tweet, if they were to leave the W, and I said this before when it comes to every single individual talent who has done what they've done or got fired, they'd be on TV again soon. So I can't miss them like if this was like 1991. You know what I'm saying? These girls can get a job. So with that being said, Dice, I'm going to go ahead and blast this out to some of our social media content to get this show popping. You go ahead and start here on your takes on Boss and Glow. No longer the WWE Tag Team Women's Champions. And as of right now, Dice, what shocked me the most, they have pulled all of their merchandise off of anything WWE. These girls are not only not making any money right now, other than their contract, which I think they might be in breach of,
Frozen.
They may not be even getting paid right now. Your take?
Assets are frozen. Straight off the top. Your assets are frozen. You are no longer Sasha Banks. You are no longer Naomi. You are Mercedes Varnado.
Well, they both changed their Twitters. They both changed their Twitters.
Therefore, yeah, regular ass people just like you and me. It just so happens to be that you guys are a little bit more prettier and a lot more famous.
A little bit more prettier? Them girls is fine.
But I digress.
I was waiting for it.
People want to know, where does the almighty... By the way, I was almighty before Bobby Lashley returned.
Was you almighty before the almighty on My Hero Academia? I think so. Go ahead.
Think so.
Just want to share.
Where I stand with them, I ain't standing with them. You see this belt? You see this W? I stand with the company.
Oh.
I stand with the company. Why? Because this ain't the first time we seen this from Sasha. And for Sasha, for the rumors to say that Sasha got mad that Ronda Rousey.
Well, do you want to start there? Because that's
let's go. Because
that's the part I call that's the part I call bullshit on. Like, we have a segment called Too Sweet or Suck It, right? I would 100% say. I just don't believe that's the reasoning, but go ahead.
And even if it is, because everybody wants to believe it, and in this world that we live in, everything that comes out is pretty much gospel. Mm-hmm. Even though it's read on the internet and it's read from a dirt sheet, it's gospel to some people, and it gets retweeted and it gets dissected. So you know what? Let's dissect it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what Mercedes Varnado does. She's not gonna draw more than Ronda freaking Rousey. She can be on all the episodes of The Mandalorian that she wants to. She can appear in 18 Snoop Dogg videos. She will not ever be bigger than Ronda Rousey.
Well, let's do one thing.
Period.
Let's do one thing. Let's not say ever, because that's a, you know what I mean? But I will agree with you as of right now. She's not, and I do think when I see the tweet, and I've accused people, and I was wrong, and hopefully I know Cammy wants it on this show today, so Cammy's gonna have the link. Okay, he said he rides with Sasha Banks the way the Beehive rides with Beyonce, so he's gonna go against what we have to say here, and I am curious to see what he has to say. With that being said, though, that's one of the things that drew me crazy about this whole scenario is when I saw that tagline, Dice, is that people actually forget Ronda Rousey was the Mike Tyson to MMA. She was. See, Sasha Banks is at this moment not bigger star than Ronda Rousey.
She's a star. She's a star, but she's not an attraction. She's not an attraction.
But I'll give you that too. She's not she's not Roman. She's not Punk. She's not Cena. She's not Sable. She's not
Charlotte.
She's not. No. I think the four horsewomen kind of go there together. And I honestly think when it comes to drawing power, just my opinion, when it comes to drawing power, I think Becky Lynch beats all four girls. Okay. So I don't even want to put Charlotte in there right now with that. So I would debate if she is or she isn't with Charlotte. Everybody knows how I feel about Charlotte. I'm not going to do that right now. But she's not bigger than Ronda Rousey. She just isn't. Go ahead. Continue with your soliloquy. I apologize.
No, she's not. And that's my main point. And this is not a sense of a white or black thing.
That's my aunt right there, y'all. It's my aunt.
Hey, Aunt Edna. This is not a race thing. And stop turning it into a race thing.
Why is it
has nothing to do with racing. You know who does it the most?
No!
The black people. Why do we do this? Why? The black people. Why do we do this?
Y'all? Because I'm black, y'all. Because I'm biggity black, y'all. And guess what? It's not a racist issue. And if one more black person tell you something that it is, I'm going to tell you, open your eyes. Why I say open your eyes? Eric, I'm talking to you. You hear me? I'm pointing to the camera. So, get off the goddamn screen. Please.
You put her up there.
I did, but I'm talking. Okay? Stone Cold got sent home. Randy Orton got sent home. CM Punk quit. And I'm going to say this, as Dice said, who we stand with? I will always stand by doing the right thing. Hear me out when I say that. Doesn't mean saying that the company is 100% right. What I'm saying is that they get paid to do a job. So are you trying to tell me Brett didn't screw Brett? Okay, Brett, take my belt and go to WCW and show up the next day because you don't want to lose to Stone Cold. Because you want to lose to Bret Hart. Shawn Michaels. Okay. Sorry, Stone Cold. You don't want to lose to Brock Lesnar. Go ahead and do what you want to do. Right? CM Punk. I don't want to do that. I don't do this. Y'all got to understand something. It's a excuse me, mama. It's a circus, people. It's a show. Okay? It is their job to put on a show. Now, does that mean you have to like everything your boss gives you? No, you don't. But what you do is you do the job, then you go complain about it. Same thing with Will Smith and the Oscars. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. That was enough, Will. Keep your name out of your mouth. You get too mad, go backstage. But on live TV, Will, I love you, Will. You my guy. But no, Will was wrong to smack him on TV. He should have smacked his ass backstage somewhere. That's all I'm saying. This ain't a black or white thing. What did it say?
This is great. This is great, Dennis. And he says, isn't this the thing about the respect of the tag champs in the storyline? And apparently they were going to go and face the respective women's world champions separately, and they were both going to lose. Okay, but you wanted to bring legitimacy to these women tag titles, right?
Okay. Legitimacy to what tag teams? Since when have these titles?
Nobody cared about these titles.
Other than who?
Since her and Bailey lost.
Her and Bailey.
But then when her and Bailey had them, what was the great run with those tag titles?
You have to
we
have
still
a great
didn't give a damn about those tag titles. You want to know why? Because we don't have actual teams.
You don't have teams.
The most coherent team that they have right now on their roster is Shayna and Natty, and that's only because they have a friendship, an actual lifelong, like a actual real life friendship. So you're going to put all these makeshift women in a tag team, and you're supposed to make us believe that these titles now have legitimacy because there's two former SmackDown Women's Champions that holds them. Now I can't do it. Like, this is the equivalent to Martin. You're right. What's up, my guy?
I kind of disagree with that, but that's almost like the shut up and dribble comment, and I do disagree with that.
Okay, however, I agree. I agree with the only reason why. Only reason why, right? Okay, well, not in your sense, but most kids, most parents send their kids to school.
I hate how you dress.
Most parents send their kids to school, right? At that point, it is the kid's responsibility to listen to the child. That's the first. It is the kid's responsibility to listen to the child. They are sent to school to do a job, and that job is to be obedient and do their work. So you mean to tell me that your kid is going to say, I don't want to do this work?
Yeah, and it's okay.
It's too hard. And it's okay. And everybody's going to say, it's okay for them to walk out with something they believe in. If your son believes he doesn't,
Dennis, I'm
sorry. If your son believes he doesn't want to do the work because he doesn't like the outcome, or he doesn't like the work that he has to put in to get the outcome of the A, and that school calls you and says, Mr. Perriman, your son decided that he wanted to walk out of class and he just didn't want to do the work. Are you going to say, good job, son? You just didn't want to write about history today? No, he's going to get punished. Am I right or wrong?
You're right, but here's my thing about
this is the equivalent. Last thing, this is the equivalent of when, and I'm sorry to say this, but most black people are 100% guilty of this. Their man robs somebody or shoots somebody, or they do some type of crime, right? And then they get on social media, free my guy, free my guy. No, I'm not screaming free you because your dumb ass shouldn't have done it. This is why I'm not siding with you. This is why I'm not siding with them. You should have did the job. Mark Henry talked about this on Busted Open. He said he walked out before, but he did his job first. And then he walked out.
That's my point. I was gonna bring up, and here's my thing when it comes to wrestling fans. Okay. And here's the comment. And if you don't know, Martin, and thank you for listening, that's my guy. Okay. Road Dogg's one of my people I can talk to. Okay. But I still didn't like the comment that he mentioned, because to me, it does represent that shut up and dribble mentality. My thing is this: when it comes to wrestling fans, we have to stop thinking like these people are untouchable. They have a job like you or I have a job. And if I go to my job and say, man, I'm not working at 4 o'clock today, I'm getting off at 2. I don't care what you say. I'm going to have repercussions. So what the professional thing to do is to go to the higher ups, right? Submit a letter. You go through the proper channels to get what you want. You think okay, I'm gonna be a little personal here, okay? Hey, babe, can we get a threesome? Hell no. Well, there it is. I'm supposed to go do it anyway.
She gonna say, hell no, Mike. I'm gone.
Yeah, like, come on. Like, we have to start thinking outside the box to people and let people understand that these girls, all the right in the world to complain. They have every right to fight for what they want to do. But again, I hold no one above the company. I'm not saying the company is wrong, right? Or I mean, it's right. What I'm saying is that you do it better than that. So before I got K and me on here, I got the big homie D, and we're going to bring on here in a second. Dennis, thanks for coming, and thanks for being brave enough to step into the barbershop. What's going on, Dennis?
I got the big homie.
You there? You here?
Where? He's waiting for his cue.
I'm waiting for him to say something.
First of all, my brothers, I just want to say I love the both of you. Much love, much respect, all the support.
He's waiting for his cue. I'm waiting for him to say something.
Thank you. You might want to turn the radio down and listen while you live in here. That might help you.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you,
Mm-hmm.
from what I understand, these two stand up. Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Them two, I think they were more so standing up for everyone more than just more. What, am I messing this all up?
No, you're good. You're good.
For everyone in the back, like the boys and the girls, because they wanted the storylines. They could have easily made those tag team titles much better and much more relevant than they are.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Dice, you're absolutely right. Nobody cared about them. Nobody cared about the tag team titles. But people were starting to watch when Naomi and Sasha because you actually believed them as a team.
Mm-hmm.
You got to elevate. If they wanted to help out the roster the way that they said they wanted to, you should have competed in the 6-pack challenge. You have to elevate your opponents, your co-workers, should I say, and you have to elevate them so the whole division can get elevated. Like it's very simple. It's very simple algebra. And what they did was very selfish. I'm not going to say they, because I think it was just Sasha, and Naomi got pulled into it because
we said that offline too. I don't think that any way that, from anything I know from Naomi, and I'm going to say this again, if she didn't leave the Funkadactyls, okay, what makes you think this is the time for her to say, I'm going to just get up out and leave, right? And if anybody's untouchable, I'm thinking she's an untouchable. Why? Because the bloodline is untouchable right now. You can't get Jay off TV, Jimmy off TV, because that matches everything that Roman does. And Roman's their biggest package. So she had it out to not do it. I do think personally it was one of the things that she was kind of fortunate to do, being her friends with Sasha Banks. And second, then, just to answer your question, and thank you for coming in, I do not think for 1 second that if that they're doing for the girls and the boys backstage, then that's not their job. Because guess what? Ain't no Undertakers in that locker room. Ain't no Kurt.
Roman is the Undertaker,
right?
It's Roman and Randy. From what I hear,
it's Roman and Randy. And if you have a problem, you go to those guys. You go to the chain. I'm not saying that they don't have a right to be mad, but you get paid to do a job. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
But my question is, why? What the hell did Roman have to do with this? And Sasha unfollows Roman.
Sasha unfollows Roman?
Yeah, what the fuck did he do?
Well, he might say, get your ass back in here, Martinez. Dennis, thanks for coming on, man. Hey, KME.
In a perfect world, before you go, KME.
Yeah.
Sorry. In a perfect world, if this first happened, I said, this is perfect. This is a work. This is perfect. Roman is going to use his leverage. He's going to get Naomi into this because the same week, Jimmy had just said that she has a mean streak and she just needs it to be let out. So I'm thinking, yeah, they're going to use their power. And you know what? They'll bring Sasha along too until they lose those titles and she's no longer.
Yeah. But here's my thing before KME speaks, right? First, I've known KME now about 14 years. fuck you for not having a Perfect Plex or BDSR Network t-shirt on, but say for having a Post Wrestling shirt on. You lucky I fuck with Post Wrestling.
Give me a shirt. Give me a shirt.
Jimmy got shot.
These brothers gave me a shirt. I wait for them. They gave me a shirt. Give me a fucking shirt.
I ain't rich. Dude, the last time I believe when I came to Los Angeles, I did stay in your crib for a night, did not?
Right,
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Okay, then. So here it is, y'all. This man covers the blueprint. I got the rings on. Like I covered the beehive, but I'm in the beehive because they a little crazy. And I'm pieces. Okay. But with that being said, I want you to speak on it. You heard what we had to say. I don't think it's a racist thing. I think it's a professional thing. I think it's a professional thing. But I'll let the floor be yours before I comment and retort.
First of all, it's always about race. Whether it's overt or subtly, race is just there. You can't ignore the fact that these are two black women in a white man's WWE. It just is what it is. That's the beginning and end of that. They aren't Stone Cold Steve Austin. They aren't they do not have the leverage Stone Cold Steve Austin had when he did what he did. I've been talking about this for the last weekend. Every show that I've been on this weekend where this subject has come up, which is every show, the live viewership has been super higher than usual. So these two women are draws. A lot of the wrestlers that I hear talking shit about Sasha and Naomi have never been in Sasha or Naomi's position. And they've had to adhere to that subservient culture. I mean, Zack Ryder was never gonna main event a WrestleMania. He was never gonna win.
Say it. I'm gonna interrupt you. Woo, woo, woo. You know I think he sucks, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was never gonna main event a WrestleMania. He's never gonna win a title at WrestleMania. Naomi has won a title at WrestleMania. Sasha Banks has main evented.
Technically, he did win a title at Mania.
He won the world title. Not,
yeah, okay,
I don't even. What title did he win at WrestleMania?
The
Intercontinental.
Nah, nobody cares about that.
And that was an actual good ass match, so I can't discredit that.
It was a ladder match. It was a ladder match, right?
Yeah, really good ladder match.
But I'm just saying, these two, and WWE has given their one-sided account of things.
Mm-hmm.
We don't.
That's fair.
You can't say it's not about race because we don't know it's not about race. They haven't said anything. WWE's given their one-sided account, and I don't think it's not outrageous to think that it's about race because WWE has done shit that's. I remember a long time ago, Mike, when we had Kamala on the show, and this brother and like
he was really bad off.
He does not like WWE.
No, he does. Him, Ahmed Johnson are completely convinced. Stevie Ray as well that they are one racist ass company. And to put this in perspective,
yeah.
We don't know if it's race related, okay? I'm going to say that it's not race related right now because to me, and I know what you said, you mentioned, well, often they don't have their status. And again, I think that does matter. Status matters with any company.
Right.
I sit at my job now, right? I'm one of the top sellers. There's times I'm supposed to be in a phone call ends, supposed to say hello. Phone call ends, I'm supposed to say hello. Phone call ends, sometimes I might go take a break. Then I take a call. Because I can do that because my stats, I know I'm not supposed to do it. It's just frowned upon. I'm not in trouble for it. I think when it comes to, again, I think this is all Sasha's doing. That's just my opinion.
No, I even if you think that, I have to stop you right there. Naomi's a grown-ass woman. Sasha's a woman. They make individual decisions. I don't think Naomi is this nice.
What does Naomi gain from doing this? What has Naomi? Naomi,
maybe you don't gain anything. They're fed up. But look at this, though. This is a fact.
What's the fact?
Both of those women have walked out on that company. They told them to kick rocks at the beginning of a Raw. WWE hasn't released either one of them. They're still there
Just not
because
getting paid.
of who they are. It doesn't matter if they're getting paid or not.
No, I
They
get
haven't-
that. Well,
And they're still, and if they're not released
this
from their
isn't
contract,
Ruby. This
they
isn't
still have
Ruby
to get
Riot
their
walking
debt
out. This
set.
isn't Ruby Riot walking out. These
Right.
are. This is legitimately
Or Tony Storm.
right. This is legitimately
Yeah.
a 4-horse woman.
Yeah.
Okay, and arguably one of the best women wrestlers or most athletic, gifted wrestlers in the division.
Right.
I don't think Naomi is nowhere near as talented as Sasha. I don't think she's as needed in this company as Sasha.
I don't.
No disrespect to my daughter who's listening. Who rings I have on.
Stop disrespecting your daughter,
her favorite 2 wrestlers are Sasha Banks and Naomi, along with Bianca Belair. Okay,
Right,
and when she
right.
saw the news, I'm being honest here. She shed tears, my daughter, because that's what she watches the program for. I am sad for that, but as I would do this, as I said to this audience, as I said to my daughter, it's business. If you don't come to work or you refuse to work, we're going to send your butt home. That's so when I do this, it's always my biggest thing to have wrestling fans understand that. You know what I mean? Like I think it's this generation we live in today, and not generation, that's wrong. The era that we are part of today
It's too entitled. Too entitled.
Oh, okay, so
The reason I'm gonna tell you why WWE is not wrong in this sense, because these are 2 of their biggest draws for kids, right? And most of your audience is kids. So now you're literally hurting the company because you didn't appear on programming. You're now hurting the company because of this, they had to put action to your actions and had to remove your merchandise to show you that they're not going to stand for it. You can't have your child do something and then not punish them.
They're not their children. This is a symbiotic relationship. This is a symbiotic relationship.
They don't owe anything to them, and it was
no, they do. That is not true. They owe them a good, sound working environment. If in a regular job, if someone gets fired from a company and the CEO of the company goes online and says, "Oh, these 2 people suck. They weren't good. They were unprofessional." Whatever the fuck they said, you can get sued for a lot of money on that.
That is
defamation of character.
Well, no, that's legitimately the only thing I will say. I thought it was a work, as I said already from last Monday. I did. I'm like, what? Because we all know. Let's be real. They've never done this before. They have never put out public information like this, even if it's true backstage and the dirt sheets fine. They don't talk like this. They don't not like this. So I thought it was a work. So when I did realize it wasn't a work, this is where I go with it. And I see what you're trying to say there against Dice, and you say, you said they owe them a good working environment.
If they sign a contract, right? They sign a contract. It doesn't matter. It's not like they went out there and told them to eat dog shit.
Hold on. If they did, if they did, right? I go back to this.
We have a legitimate.
I go back to Mexico. I go back to Mexico. I go back to Kiss My Ass Club. I go back to Jack Gowan. I go back to Eugene. I go back to any gimmick that
Strass bark like a dog.
Right. But my point is that it's wrestling, it's storyline. Whether you like the storyline or not, that's my only thing. Was Bret Hart okay to just say, "I'm going to take your title to WCW"? No, he had to get Bret screwed Bret.
So I'm looking at this just by their point of view, not necessarily comparing it to what Bret did and all this.
You say Bret have the insights to do it. He deserved it. Bret screwed Bret.
So anyway, and now
I love Bret. You know I do.
Yeah, Bret is my dude.
That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason why I'm so arrogant, y'all, because he told me, and I quote, and you was there, Vaughn, Mike Knoxxx, you know your shit.
Yeah.
So nothing y'all say to me ever gonna, knock me off my pivot. Go ahead, folks.
You will take that with you everywhere.
You already know.
You already know. But anyway, so and this is the thing with Sasha and Naomi. In WWE, characters, they're not actors. This is what I say about them. Sasha Banks and Naomi, everywhere they go, they have to be Sasha Banks and Naomi. They're on top. Like Sylvester Stallone plays Rocky Balboa in a movie, but when he's not in that movie, he is Sylvester Stallone when he's on the red carpet, when he's on carpet, when he's on talk shows, all that stuff. Sasha Banks and Naomi are Sasha Banks and Naomi, even when they're not on WWE TV.
Correct.
They have to be that all day long. So WWE owns a piece of these women's soul. Every wrestler that is there, that is going by a stupid character name.
Stupid name. Dolph Ziggler, sorry. You know I love him, and you said it like his name. Fuck them. Okay.
Right. But they have to be that all the time. I don't know. I know that being in that company, I don't think it was just this. I think this was a buildup of a lot of frustrations. Both of these women are going on a decade, if not more than a decade, in that company. The biggest difference between now and the Funkadactyls era is there's an AEW to go to.
Okay.
If they get released, how fast do you think Tony Khan is signing this?
I say this. I say Sasha Banks may be a big deal, but Naomi will become the Ruby Riot and every other girl that comes over there, and you're gonna see her on AEW Dark because that's where they put the blacks on AEW.
Well, what has Ruby Riot done on AEW? That's been extra embarrassing. That's been
I agree. My point is that every wrestling fan, every AEW, because we love, I love both companies. All right, I can speak for that. But the AEW fan base thinks that every time they pluck something, like for instance, we got Johnny Elite on Wednesday, but on Friday, somebody I didn't see because it came somebody said he was on Dark. They called him Johnny Dark.
No, he's not signed to.
He's not a contract. Okay, so they can do that nonsense.
One-shop stop with him.
Just real fast, so we can move on a little bit. Okay, I will say this much about them: I'm gonna stand by this. They have a job to do. Right? They have a job to do.
They didn't want to do it.
That's money. If you don't want to do your job, that's fine. But you cannot get mad that your job took action against you. They expressed anger. We have to.
We don't know. We have to talk about what actually happened.
But we don't know what actually happened.
We don't know.
That's the point.
But we know what we can't say that they expressed anger at.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
That's the fan base.
No. What the consensus? Shut up. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
I get you.
Okay, is that they were unhappy with what Vince McMahon told them their storyline was going to be. And then it came out after that, which is where I do call bullshit, okay, that Sasha was mad because Ronda had what she wanted to do in the company, and that's where I don't believe that. Because Sasha Banks, I personally, this is just me. I think Sasha's the problem. And it's something that I don't like the girl. I don't want to see the girl be successful. This isn't her second time doing this. I also think that certain people think they're bigger than what they are. And I'm gonna keep it a bean. Who the fuck was Sasha Banks before WWE?
I'll tell you who she is now. She's somebody that Jon Favreau's calling up. She didn't audition for that part.
He wanted her for that role. Yes, that's true. He
called her and said, "Hey, I want you." Sasha Banks is not some come lately.
No, she's not. She's a force woman. I get that. She's one of the best. She's one of the top 10 women of all time.
And here's the thing,
out. I would agree with that.
If they did their job, there's never an appropriate time to quit a job when you're fed up. There just isn't.
Okay.
The 2 weeks notice is one thing, but if you are already fed up and Naomi goes out there and she wrestles and she wins the match, WWE screwed even worse because now you have this. Now she's got more leverage and I'm not gonna wrestle in this stupid title match unless I win it or whatever. That's
that right there came in. That has always been my problem with wrestling. I don't care who you want to insert. At the end of the day, people say, "How in the hell can you still be a Bulls fan after Michael Jordan?" Because I rock with the logo.
Yeah, but
I love my wrestlers. I love my wrestlers. But the company, I don't care if you work for WCW, TNA, Impact. Their jobs is to do what the story calls for. And when you don't do
Right.
that, the company's not at fault. They fucked us. When CM Punk left, I wasn't mad at, yes, WWE, why can't give this man what he wants? However, CM Punk, you're fucking
Well, that's
right now.
that's the problem with the myopic wrestling industry.
Okay.
For the longest time, it's only WWE, and the negotiating power has been.
I get that.
When you are an actor,
You got different options too.
you can
If you
go
think
to
that
anywhere you want to
AEW
go
is
to.
that much better of an alternative, then go.
That's what I'm saying.
Because look
That's,
what happened to
that's the
Cody.
thing.
He
I
brought his
think
ass right back.
WWE is still operating like they're the only game in town now. Now, wrestling is not a monopoly anymore in the United States. It's a duopoly. It's WWE and it's AEW, and wrestlers could go back and forth between the two now.
Mm-hmm.
So if these people are valuable to you, you will negotiate in such a way that will make them feel valuable.
So that's
if they don't feel valuable, they go somewhere else.
So that's what you're harping on, is that you're harping on the fact that because they have options, you gotta listen to what you gotta give to their demands.
No, you don't give in to their fucking
Okay.
demands. That's the problem. They have to negotiate something that both sides agree with.
That's my
You don't
point.
fucking
We
give
don't
in.
know
That's the
what's
thing.
happened. We just were told something
That's the
and they walked out as the show's supposed to be.
And then they go online
fine
and
with
put
you?
that statement out there saying these were unprofessional.
I
They
agree with that.
doubled and
I agree
tripled
with
down
that.
on
Yeah.
that shit,
You
man.
definitely
Like, who the fuck does that?
what they
If
call
I-
it,
if-
nice defamation of
Yeah.
character.
Defamation of
They
character.
They definitely did that.
However, in what sense of the word, if you are paid hundreds and thousands of dollars to perform on national television to do a job in which you are hired for, and you decide that you don't want to do it, and you walk out of your employer, how is that not deemed professional?
Well, that's the thing.
How? So the word saying unprofessional it's not defamation
So,
of character.
you can say that backstage. We should not be talking about shit right now.
But any common blue collar American, if they walk out of their job, whether it's Starbucks, McDonald's, Microsoft, or Samsung, if they walk out of their job when they are supposed to do a job, it's still unprofessional.
They're
So
not
the
going to
people-
go
so
on
the people-
television or then say
we don't
No,
care
I agree.
about
That
the
part-
head. We don't
no,
care
I
about
think
the
that part
head
was-
of
I
IT
care about that
from
part.
Microsoft.
I do care about
I do.
that
I ain't
part.
gonna front. I do that part. That's again why I said that shit wasn't real.
Right.
Right? Because I was like,
Yeah,
what the
because
fuck?
like no
Did Corey
company
Graves
does
just say that shit? And then Friday came, and I read this, and they came back. I'm gonna let you go.
You can
I
see
read
Pat
it-
McAfee's face.
I
He did
read
not
it-
want to. He
yeah,
didn't want to
I
hear that.
read
He
it-
didn't know it was coming.
I read an awful comment or story in Deadspin, which upset me because Deadspin's a very credible source. And I thought the person who wrote this story should have been at least not. I don't want nobody to get fired, but should have been in trouble, right? Because I thought it was the most horrible side of journalism. And you know where I sit. I know you guys don't call you guys that. I call myself a journalist. And I thought as a journalist that was horrible to sit there and speculate. Michael Cole completely looked uncomfortable. Michael Cole does whatever the fuck Vince McMahon told him to do. And okay, sit there saying Michael Cole didn't look happy. Michael Cole always looks like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's his job. What you say, Vince? Okay. Okay. Because at this stage right now, Michael Cole's gonna go down in their history, as the greatest commentator of all time. Not to us, or at least not to some of us, but I know a lot of wrestling fans.
But his generation, but this
thinks that he is.
Right. Generation, he's not that.
So,
He's not that.
Before that came, Dice. I mean, any thoughts on this situation? Because that's a girl. Speak on. I'm gonna give you the floor.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying that I think that this is a brave new world that we live in. I do think that if WWE wants to come to the table with those women, with any of their wrestlers, I think the biggest problem that a lot of wrestlers have with this is that they didn't do it first, and that these women did it and haven't instantly got released because there is some value in them. So whatever move they make next, I think Sasha Banks is done at this point. I don't think she wants to come back.
I don't think she does.
I
think she always wanted out.
Yeah, I think she's. I think
done with wrestling. I think she's done with wrestling.
If she wasn't going to be treated like a Becky or a Charlotte, she was done.
Yeah, so
And
I
that's
mean,
what she wants.
and you can't hate on her for saying, "Hey, this is where my value is at. This is where you see my value.
No.
This is where I see my value."
Yeah.
You got to come to some kind of resolution. So I'm never the type of guy that is on the side of the company. I'm always going to be on the side of you, even if
I'm always going to be on the side of if right is right.
Yeah, well, I'll always assume the company is wrong because they usually are.
Most times, listen, I work for a multi-billion-dollar company, and I will state that every day I answer the phone and go. But I'm always good with that. I'm on the side of right, and to me, and thanks Cammy for joining us, my man. I'm always going to be on the side of just do the right thing, right? And the right thing to me is your audience, and I agree with what Cammy is saying there. It was unprofessional to say that what they did out on the air like that. However, what they did was unprofessional. And it's like tit for tat. And I was my wife, we can't be tit for tat. No one's going to win.
Not with a publicly traded company. You cannot do that. Honestly, because they're going to tear you down. They can tear your brand down more than you can do to their brand.
And I don't think Sasha wants to wrestle. I just don't. I think she has so many other things she can do that wrestling's behind her. Right. And it's
but at the same time, we don't know you for being Mercedes Vornado.
We don't.
We're gonna forever remember you as being Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks, aka the cousin of Snoop Dogg, aka Mercedes Vornado.
Any final
thoughts? So before we know who you really are, you're gonna be two different monikers.
Your final thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Final thoughts on this in closing.
I got one.
Listen to Busted.
That's what
in closing, listen to Busted Open Radio. Bully and Dave.
I actually listened to Dave.
Shout out to Dave. And Bully had a really good point.
Fuck Bully, right?
Once you sign that contract, right? And Tommy Dreamer had the same agreement. So did Mickie James. We know how Mickie James ended her before she came back. Once you sign that dotted line of that contract, you are at the whim of that company. You are there to do a job, period. And if you sign a contract to plumb somebody's house and you decide this motherfucker is backed up with a whole bunch of shit, I didn't sign up for this, but you did. You did. You deserve for whatever review you get on Yelp or Google, whatever that person decides to say about you and the job that you didn't do, you deserve it because you walked out on your job. I don't feel sorry for these women. I agree that taking a stand for what you believe in is fine. That is fine, 100%. At my job, I know they probably hate me because I am combating everything. But at the same time, I'm not walking out to combat that shit. And if they don't see things my way, then okay, I gotta swallow my pride on that one. And Sasha,
if they don't see things your way, you know what you tell them to do. You know what you tell them. Yeah, fire. You don't be firing them Mexicanos.
Nah. I need them.
I be firing motherfuckers. So
I need them.
I say, get rid of them or I'm gone. It's either them or me. So they hated me.
We spent way too much time on this, though. We did way too much time on this.
Staying there an hour.
Moving on.
So yeah, we're gonna take a little break. Come back with the weekend, this week in wrestling history, and get the rest of the show.
We got a lot of
comment below. Let us know. We will. If you talk about it in the comments, we will bring it back up. But we're gonna move on. We'll be right back, y'all.
But if I were to go with the proper way to book things, Edge will go after the world title eventually. Damian Priest can go back after the mid-card title. Rhea Ripley can go after the WWE Women's Championship, Raw Championship. You need a tag team. I would actually call up an NXT 2.0 tag team to join them.
Wow. All right.
I will call up the Creed brothers. I think the Creed brothers would be a good fit for this. What the fuck are you making up?
Creed brothers? I thought you was going to drop some fucking news tonight, man. And this is your biggest fucking ad was thinking, you know what? It's the Creed brothers. Bro, nobody's watching the fucking Creed brothers. What the This is the lamest fucking egg you just dropped. I said, give me some fucking news, and you're like, maybe the Creed brothers. Like,
Yo, it's crime time. EST. Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man, NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von.
All right, hello everyone. This is King Von Jr. Of course, on behalf, host of the Victorious Ones podcast, and of course, I'd like to give you this week in wrestling history. This week, of course, most notably, marks 23 years since the tragic death of Owen Hart. Of course, rest in peace. And also on this day in wrestling history in 2000 was when Kevin Nash won a three-way match against Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner at a WCW Thunder taping, and this was the 5th time the title changed hands that month. And also on this day in 2005 was on One Night Stand. It was the first time Vince McMahon, Paul Heyman, and Eric Bischoff were in the same ring for the first time. When it comes to wrestling birthdays, happy belated birthday to, of course, Bryan Danielson, who turned 41, and of course, as of yesterday, and today is also the birthday of Bray Wyatt. On May 25th, of course, on May 23rd, today Bray Wyatt turned 35, and of course on May 25th, Roman Reigns turns 37, Bo Dallas turns 32. On May 27th, Eric Bischoff turns 67, and of course on May 27th, Natalya turns 40, and on May 28th, Seth Rollins turns 36. And of course, I'm King Von Jr., and that is your week in wrestling history. Knoxxx and Dice, back to you.
Yo, it's crime time. EST, Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man, NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you this week in wrestling history with King Von.
Wrestler of all the times. This is the same disrespect that you shown to legends like Trish Stratus and Lita. And when you sit up there and you talk your soliloquy about Charlotte Flair being the greatest women's wrestler of all the times. This is that type of bullshit soliloquy that ends up making me the alpha to your omega, because now I got to karate-size you.
No.
Oh, look at that robe. Look at that robe. Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Somebody Simone taught me. Just once. Acknowledge me.
By the way, that's my cousin Joe, who would later go on Roman Reigns, future WWE champion.
I have a cousin Joe too, but he's unemployed.
Tony, let's wrestle.
No. The world's not ready. A match that big can only happen at WrestleMania.
I mean, I've only called that 3 years ago, but hey, everybody want to jump on the bandwagon now because now y'all know that I'm intelligent. But anyway, back to the program, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. So before we get into our factions draft, before we get into the AEW 3 years, talking about them, Dice, go ahead and speak about some things real fast.
We got 2 words or 2 sweets, and I don't know if anybody's been under a rock lately. Between Bischoff and CM Punk. This has been good.
Well,
this has been real good.
I didn't hear this shit to this morning. Go ahead.
This has been really good.
I really tune out wrestling on days it's not wrestling. So
I tried to tune it out, but I couldn't tune it out. And Bischoff had this to say. For the ratings to take the dive the way that they did after his debut suggests to me that he ain't as hot as he's trying to make people think that he is. If he was, the numbers would be much bigger when he comes on the screen. That is a quote from Eric Bischoff.
I thought I saw that Eric Bischoff said that he did not say those things. And then when I saw where you got that quote from it being from those guys, I'm going to 100% say I got 2 words for them. They also came out and said some stuff about Rhea Regal
Part 2
that he also denied. Go ahead.
He did. Part 2 of this. He said, I almost wish I could reboot WCW just to show Tony Khan how it's done. I wouldn't have a comedy champion or make fans wait 3 years for a payoff to a story. I could restart WCW tomorrow and get more viewers than AEW. Not an opinion. It's a fact. Khan isn't a genius. He's lucky. I'm going to go on the record and say, well, I think everybody knows that I don't care for Tony Khan. I think he's a super fanboy. I think he's stupid as shit. He's just a guy who's been a fanboy with a lot of money.
Well,
he sucks his talents dicks way too much. He succumbs to them way too much, and he doesn't know how to be a boss. He's trying to be a friend. This was the issue. He came in. He was only the money guy. Remember, the Elite started this, but he was the money guy. So automatically this made him the one. He's not. I don't think that Tony Khan has a much better creative mind than half of the wrestlers that is on his payroll. Not guys like Jericho or Dusty Rhodes or QT Marshall or Mark Henry or Billy Gunn. Like, these guys are really the guys that are backbone because they're putting the matches together. Tony Khan is just calling the spots. He's just calling the time, right? So it's easy for Bischoff to say that now, and it's very easy to say it's very easy. And I use this term because, like, it's very easy to say, damn, I had a good woman and I fucked it up. It's easy to look back. It's easy to look back and say, I could do it better now. I could do better now. It's easy for Bischoff to say, I can do WCW right now and it'll be better than AEW. If you
like
learn
Zack
from your
Snyder's
mistakes,
doing Justice League over. Tony, he's so cheated remaking Justice League because the first one was ass.
And then the last one, because he's been on my fuck you list for a very long time. And I have no issue with telling this motherfucker, fuck you, Ryback.
Oh, God.
Who always seems to make shit about him whenever there's a big storyline that's not involving wrestling.
Put it back up there.
So, Ryback, this is one of the most horrible jokes and most horrible things that Ryback has ever said. He says, hearing rumors from sources, WWE, that Sasha and Naomi actually walked in on Vince McMahon naked with a wrist ankle Velcro straps to the wall and a penis pump maxed out being held by Nick Khan with a bitch reading out the show out loud. Let's wait for more details for fuck's sake. What the fuck does that mean? You were trying to be funny and you're not funny in this time because a lot of wrestlers are this is close to a union job type thing, right? And we've heard before that wrestlers want to, it's been said that they want to come together to form a union, to be, as one. And a lot of these people they're like, listen, I got a family, I got a wife, I got kids. I ain't walking out of this mother. Some of them are that smart. And at that point, what are you actually working for? Are you working for a family or are you working for a legacy? And in this case, as Sasha, I don't believe that she's working for a family. She's got a seamstress husband who's, he's still set. So they're still getting WWE money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think she's working. I don't think she's worked for a family. Whereas Naomi, I believe that she is working for a family, but she's also working for legacy because
she
now
got a maid
she's bought
family too, because she married into a husband who has children.
Exactly. So I just think that's really insensitive of Ryback, and I think it's pretty childish of him. He's still holding on his grudge because nobody wants to see him wrestle ever again. Like nobody wants to see him wrestle again, and so we're gonna.
If control your narrative don't want you, there's a problem.
No. And the last piece I thought was pretty exciting if you're fans of these. Lana and Lena Fanine, aka Nia Jax, are set to go back into the ring. And I think it's wrestling series. It's a new one, and they've picked up a lot of people that aren't doing things right now, and I think it's not a bad card. I'm sorry I don't have
Peraza is in there.
Yeah,
but CJ is only doing it for a one-off.
Yeah,
she's doing it because
she's probably going to lose.
She's one-offing it with Nia Jax, who Nia Jax had some crazy remarks about Roman Reigns,
which is you know what I will address this as well, which is fine because she's been gone. Just as long she's been gone before or around the time that Roman came back. So for him to change into this head of the table, I would expect the same comments from Seth. I would expect the same comments from Dean. With that storyline with Jey Uso, I would still expect to see the same comments from Jey because he did it. And remember, Jimmy came back and he didn't agree with Roman because he didn't recognize who Roman was at that point in time. So I don't think that she's throwing a shot at Roman. It's just, it is what it is. And then she goes on to say that she doesn't think that Becky Lynch has many friends in WWE, in which I don't know if I believe that or believe that not, but it is what it is. Take it for face value. So that is 2 words or 2 sweet news and rumors for you guys. What we got?
There it is. So let's get to this part of the show real fast, real first, okay? And that is we got a 3-year anniversary coming up, Dice. And AEW got some matches this weekend at Double or Nothing. All right, so let's get to it. The first thing I'm going to say, though, I think the reason why I know that post was fake about the Speedia is why I can't stand them, because their numbers have gone up since Punk. Okay, you just got to look at them. AEW numbers aren't great. Their numbers have been going down lately.
He put a graphic up, and I didn't have that, and I did see it. But every time that Punk was on the screen, he had the graphic up.
Yeah, but that's a weird thing. I saw a graphic for sure that I know that one episode a couple of weeks ago, not the one we know when he came back, but when he came on screen, they were beating whatever was on TV at that time. You know what I mean? I think people have to put in perspective about they come on Wednesdays, Vince comes on Mondays, right? And every other day, right? So put in perspective. But hey, real fast, here we go. Let's get to this card for AEW Double or Nothing. We got the Women's World Championship. I love that belt. I like the original one too. Thunder Rosa taking on Serena Dabadebo. Who you got in this match? I'm going Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, I think Thunder Rosa she's got it. The promo, I think we talked about this last week. The promo that Deeb put on, it was just very. I said this to somebody online. It was too drawn out. It was too long, and we don't need more shots at WWE anymore. and I couldn't remember that because I couldn't remember how much I knew of Serena, because I didn't recognize her outside. I didn't recognize her in WWE. I recognized her outside when she went to TNA and Lucha Underground. I forgot she was part of the Straight Edge Society.
Yeah.
I forgot that she was the one that shaved her head. I didn't know those were titty implants, but she spoke about that. But I felt like you didn't need that in your soliloquy versus Thunder Rosa. You could have left that out when you were jabbing down Dustin Rhodes. You could have left that out and it would have been a much better promo, but it was very long and drawn out, and you could tell that she was kind of trying to think on her feet and could not. Whereas Thunder Rosa's promos have been straight, quick, to the point, and she thanks the fans every freaking time and tells you that she's going to be the best fighting champion she can.
It's like a Mick Foley gimmick promo every time she cuts one. Yeah, look at me. Thank you. I'm here. Moving on. Just and no disrespect towards these guys, their 3rd anniversary. I'm just mad I was supposed to be there and I'm not going to be there, so I just want to get them out of my system real fast. Okay. We got the I don't even know what the hell you call this damn match, but anyway, you're gonna get Johnny Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Santana Ortiz, Eddie Kingston taking on the Jericho Appreciation Society. For this match to mean anything, I think Jericho's group has to win. No,
they have to win because they have to justify replacing Santana Ortiz and letting Sammy do his own thing, in which Sammy still never has. He's just walked out. He didn't say he was choosing a side. He just wiped his hands clean and
he never left. So do you see him maybe jumping in one of these 2 sides on Sunday? As of right now, he's on the pay-per-view.
I don't think so.
And I don't think that they're going to not have
I
Sammy.
don't think they need him.
But this is their WrestleMania. He's going to pop up somewhere.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. That's a hard call for me to make because I am a big Sammy Guevara fan.
I know you are.
But when it comes to the Jericho Appreciation Society, I only like Jericho and Hager. I don't care for 2.0 at all, but I like the I like the moniker that they've taken on under Jericho. It gives them a more sense of seriousness, if you will, because nobody was going to get them over with those names they had before. But I'm going to take the BCC and Santana Ortiz and Eddie Kingston as the winners. But I think Jericho and the Appreciation Society will get some sort of payback. Yeah, some sort of payback in that.
All right. And we have winner. Look at this. If MJF wins, he must, Wardlow can no longer work in AEW without MJF's permission. This is a one-sided match. I hate stipulations like this in matches. If they didn't have this stipulation, I still would think Wardlow would win because, damn it, MJF has to lose sometime. So I'm going to go with Wardlow winning this match because of the stipulations. Your take.
Yeah, this is across the board. Warlow is
Okay.
he's obviously the crown jewel of homegrown talent when it comes to AEW.
They better hold on to him, so he better win.
He could easily replace any one of those four pillars that we talked about previously, especially with the buzz that he gets, the in ring that he keeps improving every week, and he doesn't really have to talk, like he is of that Batista ilk, and I'm fine with it 100%. So Wardlow, in which I do apologize once again for calling him a poor man's Tyson Tomko.
You did say that. Okay, moving on. Speaking about the four pillars, there go one of them right there. You got my guy, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, taking on All Elite Black. That's Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. Taking on your guy, Mr. Ricky Starks. I like him a little bit now. And my guy, Mr. Powerhouse Hobbs, who I thought was trash in the beginning. I'm going to say this much. The winner of this match, it will not be the tag team champions. It will be somebody of color winning this match this week. Who will it be? Fuck it, I'm going to say it right here, right now. I'm going to go with Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. Why? Because that can help their rivalry even being bigger between Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks. That's it. That's all. What you got in this one, Dice? You got winning.
This is tough. And my heart wants to say Hobbs and Starks.
So do mine, but if I didn't go,
they've been a team for a much longer time. And I think that if you want to take Team Taz as a serious group, faction, whatever they are supposed to be, win. You have to have something more than the FTW title that nobody even acknowledges. So I think that they get it, and then they'll have the match versus Strickland and Limitless, and then they'll get it. So it'll probably be a swift change, but if it is a swift change, I'm okay with it for all four parties involved.
Gotcha. Who we got in this one? Now, I'm a Death Triangle's my group. I think they're the best thing that's not talked about enough in AEW. They literally are the reasons why I watch on Wednesdays and my son watches, only them in AEW. When they're not on the screen, Christian walks away. Okay, he does. He doesn't. I make them. They, other than the guys they know from WWE, the only things they like from originally AEW, and it's again, Pac's not really AEW guy, but that's my team. I'm going with them, although I know they're going to lose. House of Black's going to win this match, but I just hope Death Triangle wins.
For storyline purposes, House of Black has to win. They have to solidify. They have to solidify the reason they've been doing what they've been doing. However, Death Triangle haven't been on a pay-per-view together in a while, so I think that should
almost
tip
a year
the scales for them. Yeah, so I think for them to come back fully as a team, I want to lean towards them. But if they don't, you know what? I'm going with Death Triangle.
Okay, and we're going to move a little faster. Dream match for some, not for me. I don't give two fucks. Young Bucks versus the Hardys. Young Bucks got to win because they just have to win. I mean, your take. I mean, it should be a good match. The Bucks, okay.
It should be. It should be a good match. But
all right. World title. I'm a Hangman Adam Page guy, baby. But CM Punk wins this title. I don't think I think it's a foregone conclusion. They're dumb enough to put this strap on.
Absolutely. Across the board, I think this is the time. He's been a not a stagnant champ, but it's not an exciting champ.
Yeah, and I love him, and you know that.
Sometimes it's okay to coach. We all have those coworkers that
not that guy.
We don't know why you've been with the company for 10 years, but you clock in, you do your job, you clock out. You don't put in no extra time. You don't go the extra mile. You just do what you're paid to do, and then you go home. And I feel like that's the champion that he's been. It's not a bad champion. It's just not a great one that. And I didn't, his push is that his crowd reaction gets.
I didn't mean to leave these guys off. The Owen Hart tournament succeeds this weekend. We have in the men's tournament. We're going to find out Wednesday. Will it be Adam Cole versus Joe or versus Kyle O'Reilly? I'm going to say versus Samoa Joe. If there's Kyle O'Reilly, I'll be a little disappointed because, well, frankly, I've seen both these matchups before in NXT, and I personally don't think they can put a better. I mean, I can't say that. I've seen their matches. It doesn't matter to me. Adam Cole's going to win the whole thing, baby, in my opinion. And on the women's side, you have, I forgot. Jay Cardell's on this card. I'm sorry, against Anna Jay. I didn't see that tonight. I apologize. I think Jay Cardell wins. And then we have the competitors to be announced for the women's tournament again coming this Wednesday, who that would be fighting for the women's tournament. With that being said, what do you think about the one we know. Adam Cole Bay will be in the finals. Is it Joe or is it Kyle O'Reilly? Do you care?
It's Joe. It's Joe. Because if it's Kyle, then you're not going to have friction between Undisputed Elite already. And do we really want to see Kyle O'Reilly as a singles competitor in AEW?
I hate Kyle O'Reilly. That's just me. That's just me. I'm not a fan. Are you there? Dice kind of messed up. Somebody earlier said he thought that StreamYard sucks. I'm not the biggest fan of it either. I am here. You can hear me there, King Vaughn? Yes, you can. You backstage. You can hear me. Just shake your head. Can you hear me? Okay, just shake your head. You're moving your mouth. Shake your head. Can you hear me? Okay. So Dice is gone for the moment, and I'm going to take him out until he comes back. So with that being said, he has to come back because, damn it, we got to do our draft. So give us a second. While technical difficulties may be, this tonight is Monday Night Raw. And tonight, guys, just to let you know, we are going to do our top factions draft. He glitched. Yes, he did. Did you guys talk about the AEW Women's Championship? Charmaine, no, I did not. I forgot that Jay Cardell will be in there. I think it's a foregone conclusion she's going to win. So that's what I think. So I didn't speak about it. I forgot. I was looking at the list. I thought she should have been there, and I apologize. So we do have to put these drafts together, because I personally think I've been winning, but of course I'm going to think that I've been winning because I believe I build with championship pedigree. I believe I build with in-ring ability, and I know that I build with who puts butts in the seats. Thank you, Charmaine. So that's why I think my lists have been winning. But again, it's set up for opinion. You guys have yours. Like to hear them, comment below, let me know. But what we've done is that we have now come up with a system for how this works as Dice is back.
What the fuck is that? StreamYard?
Everybody, yeah, StreamYard's messing up pretty bad. Honestly, the world's messing up pretty bad. So Dice, get the factions list up for me, please, if you don't mind.
The list?
Not the list, the
I got
poster.
you. Okay.
Please.
Yeah.
While I bring this up. Okay. So you're back. So go ahead and read to them. Can you read to them what the criteria that we've agreed upon today will be the criteria for this top 10 factions list of all time?
All right.
You don't have it? Are you there?
All right. So what we are going with, can you hear me? I'm good.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
Okay. All right. So what we're going with is how long the faction was around for, what kind of impact did they have on their promotion, and did it help to advance storylines and rivalries, and how closely are various members associated with the faction. We don't really like that too much, so we're taking that one out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then did the individual members benefit as a result of being a part of the group?
Okay. Now, with that being said, Dice, I do it every week. Who's going first, buddy?
You know what?
You better
I
go
want first dibs.
I know you want fucking first.
I want first.
I know you want first because I've been whooping that ass.
So, I'm not going with the. We're not. First of all, we're not going there because you have somebody on your side that just happens to be working with you
the
for
fans
years
be on
and
my
years.
side.
We're not going with. We're not going with that. We're not going with that right now. We're not going with that right now.
I'm gonna put some pictures up here because I don't want to have to keep going back and forth. Don't you still know I can't even do it because I know you're gonna steal some of my shit. If I put my stuff up
just put them in there. I won't. I because I know who you're. I have an idea who you're going.
You know what the fuck I like and what I fucking don't like. We've been boys for 2
Yeah, so just put them in there.
All right, so they're there. They're coming. All right. So, Mister, I gotta have first fucking pick. Go ahead.
You had first pick the last two.
You gave it to me, B. Why would you not give it to me now?
No, I'm not. I'm not giving you the satisfaction. I'm not giving you that satisfaction at all this time. No.
You got one. Go. We got 15 minutes because we talked about that damn Sasha shit.
We did. We talked too much about Sasha. So number one.
Fuck you. I hate this. Write this stuff down, please, King Von Jr. So he don't have
Number
no excuses
one.
this time. That's bullshit. You see that? You see you took my picture? Hold on, put my face up there. Hold on. Am I there?
Number one in the top 10 favorite draft factions. I am going
got a good
with
pick.
one of arguably the greatest.
Yeah.
I don't even care if you want to include black and white.
Just
red
say
and
it. We
black,
saw it.
red, black, and white. The NWO. For me, this is my favorite of all time. For life.
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, I knew I didn't want to put my pictures up there, but I knew they were going to get picked. The top four is pretty. So it's going to go bang, 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 bang. All right, so let's go a little bit faster. My number one pick to Generation X, no matter what faction you put together with it, that's who I'm taking. Go ahead. Who you got at number 2? I'm taking my pictures, bitch. I see you looking. I knew I shouldn't have posted them, yo. I knew I shouldn't have posted them because he's taking. I already got my 2, 3, and 4. Hurry up, man. Just say them. I get the picture. Just go.
Number 2, I'm
You're
going with.
You're a fucking asshole. That's why I want to go. Man, next time I'm going first. Fuck that. I'm older. Go ahead, man. Hurry up. Hurry up. Cletus.
It's
Just
hard
say
for
the
me.
shit.
It's hard for me out here.
You fucking.
I'm
whore.
going with the
You
Heart
took my
Foundation,
picture, bitch. You a
in which
fucking
I had a different picture for this because
Oh,
I had the
ass.
I
can't say
had
the
the
other
one
word.
with
I can't say the other word.
with Brian Pillman.
Mm-hmm.
So I
No
actually
matter.
like that.
But listen, we're
incarnation a
talking
little
about
bit better.
factions. They're all encompassing. Okay. Heart Foundation number 2 for you. Number 2 for me. The Bloodline.
I figured that was coming out. I just thought
Okay.
it was going to be a lot. I thought it was going to be around 3. I didn't want to take. I didn't want to take it too
So
soon.
it actually was 3. That's my 3. So,
Well, I meant like the third round. I thought it meant like the third round.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just hurry up.
I wish you would have actually like named these because I can't tell by pictures.
I know. Hold on. All right,
and I
well,
don't
just
wanna
tell
put
me
the
who you want, and then I can put them up there. I know what they look like. Oh, that's a bad picture. I put that there. No.
Yeah,
I didn't put that. No, I didn't.
you did.
I did. That was a
Because
horrible picture.
I got the background removed on mine, but
I had it
that's neither
removed
here nor
on mine too, so I don't know how that showed up there. So
there. So number 3 for me, I'm
Yeah.
going with
Evolution.
Evolution.
Okay. Number 4. Hold on. Hold on. What was my number 1? I'm bringing Vaughn on.
DX.
I
Yeah,
know.
so-
I picked DX1.
Yeah, DX,
Okay.
DX1.
Okay. Bloodline 2. Okay. That
Bloodline
was
2. Now you
this
got
is
number
my
3.
third then. All right. He took my Heart Foundation. He took them. So I'm going to go the 4 Horsemen. Doesn't matter which 4 Horsemen you put in there, the 4 Horsemen. Without these guys, no group right now would exist. All right. And not only that, and when I came with this list is done, Vaughn, please write it down. So I'm going to show him why again, why I be karatasizing his ass and why I'm Thanos and he's my apprentice. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
This ain't Madden, motherfucker.
Yeah, okay.
Come on. What you got number 4? Checking my shit.
I was writing down. Sorry.
I know you.
Number 4.
You get the fuck out. I quit. You would have never picked him.
The Heat and Family.
I'm telling y'all right now. He's
Look at the graphic.
I'm
Look at the
looking
graphic.
right
Look
here,
at the
right
graphic.
now. He is cheating. He has
Look at the
taken
graphic.
He has taken.
I'm
He has
not.
taken my.
Look at the graphic. I got them on there. They're on there.
Okay. Well, just because he wants to be an ass, I'm gonna be a bigger ass. I'm taking the main event mafia.
You bet. Trade me.
Nope.
I nominated trade rate. Okay.
Nope, I don't want it.
Okay.
You know why? Because everything you say about this
You don't
faction,
even like that. You don't even like that
I
faction.
don't. But everything I
You
stand
hate
for in
it.
professional wrestling and making lists, that's why I put them there.
You
And I
hate
tell you
that
again why.
faction.
Yep, we
You
might make a
hate that
trade.
faction.
We may make a
Let's
trade, but
trade.
it ain't gonna
I
be for
want
the
to trade
Heenan
right
family.
now.
Let's go ahead. What you got? Nope, we ain't gonna trade right now. Go ahead. What you got? Number 4. Well, that was 4, Vaughn, right? That was 4. But number 5. Who you got at number 5?
Number 5.
Piss me off again.
I'm not going to piss you off this time. But yes,
you are.
I think I
You
am.
are.
And I
Just
have
get over
to.
it. Just
And I
get
have
over it.
to.
Fuck you.
And I have to.
Fuck you. You got me
I have
cussing.
to.
Just fuck you. Go ahead. Just fucking click on them.
Just put the shield up.
They're not here.
Oh,
Put
they're
the
not there?
shield.
I got them. I
Okay.
got them.
Okay. But he has the shield at number 5. Okay. I take your shield. Okay. I take your shield. I can't believe you took my heart foundation. I take your shield and I raise you the New Day. Okay. Go ahead. Number 6.
If you're taking them, I'm going to take where the inspiration came from for them.
Fuck you. That wasn't an inspiration. The inspiration was not them. It was the Freebirds. Thank you very much. And you
The
fucking
Freebird
whore.
rule, but
Fuck you. You took them from me. You
They
did
turned
not, you
into
were not going to pick them. I know you wasn't going. Hold on. Where's
No.
that picture at? Was they in that picture you made?
no. Oh, no. Don't get ball started. Don't get ball started.
Well, they in your picture you made because they wasn't there. All
They
right.
weren't there.
All right. So that's some bullshit. Oh my God. I hate you did that. But I'm going to go right there with the Dangerous Alliance at number 6 for me.
Yeah,
Look
I
at that
couldn't-
group, dog. Oh my God. Keep
I
going.
couldn't do it.
What you got?
couldn't
Number
do it.
7.
What is
can't
that
believe you took
picture
this
under
from me.
them?
I can't believe you took
What is
that
that
from
above
me.
them?
Above them is your group. Oh, right above them? No. Okay, no,
No,
that's the
I didn't want
above
that.
them.
No, I
I
didn't
thought you
want
meant these
ministry.
guys.
The bull.
I thought you would pick
Aces
the
and
aces of 8s, and that's why I put them in there for you.
No.
Okay, who you got number 6? Move on, please.
What is this?
The Freebirds,
No,
but that's
Absolutely
okay.
not. We're at what number are we? What number are we
We're
at?
at number
1, 2,
7.
7.
Writing yours down? 7. Okay.
We're at 7.
Mm-hmm.
7. I'm gonna go with whatever incarnation you want to
The
put.
Bullet Club. Okay. I figured that. I'll take that 7 and I'll raise that 7 and go better than that 7. I'm gonna go to the Elite. And I'll tell you why later, why I went with the Elite, although I'm not the biggest fan of the Elite necessarily.
But the Elite spans from Bullet Club.
They do, and there's an expansion to that. So we'll continue. Number 8. Who you
Number
got?
8, I'm gonna go with Follow the Buzzards.
You got that. You got
With
the
the
Y
Wyatt
family. I take that Y family and whip their ass all day with the Varsity Club. And let's remember that the 4th member that they don't show on here is Dr. Death Steve Williams. The Varsity Club was before their time. If the Varsity Club was today, that'd be the best thing smoking. Who you got at number 9?
Number 9. God, this gets really, really deep.
I feel your comments. I'm getting to them in a second. I can't believe you took my
Number
fucking Nation
9.
of Domination, bitch. Go ahead. I'm so mad at you. I'm so mad.
Number 9. I gotta go with
Don't you do it.
Are they here?
Don't you do it.
I want
Don't you
want
fucking
them,
do it.
but I don't
Okay.
want them. I want the corporate ministry.
The corporate ministry. And that's what I was trying to go. But the only thing that's out there is Vince. So I feel you
Yeah.
with that. The corporate ministry. And I think that's arguably next to your first 2 picks, the best pick you got, to be honest with you, before what I think of pro wrestling. So my number 9, okay, you took the Heart Foundation. I can't compete with that. But Canada on my side needs some love. So I'm going to go with TNA's versus Canada.
Damn it! That was my 10th one, you son of a... Oh, God!
Yeah. Thank you.
God.
Now, you're number 10, and we may make a trade very soon once Vaughn tells us what our picks are. Because I ain't wrote mine down. You wrote yours. I got Vaughn for me. All right. Number 10, who you got? Your last pick. You better make it good, motherfucker.
I gotta do it versus them. I gotta do it versus them. They had TNA on lock for like 2.5, 3 years.
More like 18
They
months.
literally had TNA by the ball. So
More
I
like
had to take
18
them.
months.
No, it was like no. They had a really long storyline.
Okay.
Like between the time that we
I
didn't know
remember
who the member the
Yeah.
leader was,
Yeah.
and then after we knew the leader was,
It was
Willie
longer.
Ray,
You're
and it
right.
was
You're
another
right. You're
2
right.
years.
I think they were like the last of TNA though. Like they kind of was the final.
Yeah,
nail in the
before they
Yeah.
changed.
All right, and listen, I'm gonna get some honorable mentions out here. Okay, I'm gonna give honorable mentions to
Absolutely.
the $1 million corporation. He mentioned the corporate ministry. I want to give shout out to Raven's Flock, the Latino World Order, the Right to Censor. Some of these
League of
groups-
Nations. I
League
wanted to
of
put League of
Nations.
Nations on here, but they
just ain't
on
last long enough for shit.
Yeah,
Right.
no, they didn't do
Um,
anything. That was to get Roman over.
Yeah. So my number 10, and I had a real hard time not picking them. I won't pick the Fabulous Freebirds because as I'm an adult now and I say fuck Hogan, I gotta say fuck you too, Michael P.S. Hayes. You racist fuck. Okay. So because of that, I can't. But everything in the world of wrestling that I love to say should be there. So I will mention this group's name on the late hum whim at my number 10th pick. I will pick the Undisputed Era, who dominated NXT for all the 5 years.
So you mean to tell me Imperium didn't make your list?
You being real? Of course you're not. Okay. number 10. So that's my number 10. So run them back for me real fast and bring Vaughn on here real fast. Vaughn, what is my 1 through 10, please?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yep. All right, perfect. All right, so 1 through 10. Number 1 is DX. Number 2, the Bloodline. Number 3, the Four Horsemen. 4, Main Event Mafia. 5, the New Day. 6, Dangerous Alliance. 7, the Elite. Number 8, the Varsity Club. Number 9, whatever the Canadian team in TNA is.
Team Canada.
Team Canada, of course. I wrote that down. And number 10, the Undisputed Era.
Whew. And who you got, Dice, for your 1 through 10? And thank you very much, King Vaughn Jr.
Starting at 1, I have NWO. 2, Heart Foundation. 3, Evolution. 4, Heenan Family. 5, The Shield. 6, Nation of Domination. Bullet Club. 7, Wyatt Family. 8, Corporate Ministry. 9, Aces and Eights at 10. And I will propose a trade for the Heenan Family and the Main Event Mafia.
For what? Because
the Heenan Family for the Main Event Mafia.
The Heenan Family for the Main Event Mafia. Let me think about this for 1 second. Without question, I will 100% not take this list. Okay. You know what? I will take the Main Event Mafia for the Heenan Family. That's the proposal, right?
Yes.
The Main Event Mafia for the Heenan Family. I will 100% take that trade, Vaughn. So if you see that, Vaughn, switch that over. At my pick, I took the Heenan Family. I traded the Main Event Mafia away at 4 to him. Now, if I can propose a trade, and then we'll be done with this list.
Okay.
No, it ain't going to happen. I don't even want to get rid of it. There's not many times we do a draft here, but I say you beat me. I think you got me on this one. And yeah, no Von Erichs. No Fortune. No Fortune. You okay?
Fortune wasn't bigger than Team Canada, and it could be argued that they're better than Aces and Eights, but I don't think so, because Aces and Eights just took over.
And just to repeat that to you, Derek, the
criteria was, Derek,
how long the
faction was around for, what kind of impact they had on the promotion, did it help to advance storylines, and did the individual members benefit as a result of being a part of the group?
I'm gonna say
so no t-shirt sales, none of that. Yeah. It's mainly what they done for the business and the impact they had on, further out inspiring other, because I don't think there's any of these 20 factions that haven't inspired one another, or upcoming teams or gimmicks or factions that are in the works or on the indies. So this is a really fun draft. I'm glad that I actually got a steal, because I never really get steals from you, especially steals that you really love. But you hit me right back, and I couldn't. Damn well I was going to pick. I would in my favorite mind, I would pick the Main Event Mafia number 2.
Okay,
I couldn't do that.
But listen, the only reason why I did that, and Dice gets the dub, and that's from Vaughn. And I'm gonna tell you why you get it also. I think the number 1 pick is very heavily swayed, because it changes the perfection, the direction of it.
Well, we agreed it was going to be those two. We agreed that
we knew
the top
DX and NWO was going to go.
46
but I think that third pick matters. And when I look at your picks, and you know how I count wrestling, okay? I do still count that. I think that overall impact still to me matters. Who knows you, okay? And you pick NWO. That spans a lot of time. That's a lot of champions, right? You take that with your Main Event Mafia, which I traded it for 2. Here's my madness in that. Although you have all those champions in the Main Event Mafia, okay? I can't go. You got Sting, you got Kevin Nash, you got Kurt Angle, you got Big Papa Pump and Booker T. Outside of Kurt Angle, they were all past their prime. They're all past their prime. When I look at the Heenan family, they're not just these fellas here. We're talking about arguably 2 of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time, and Rick Rude and Mr. Perfect. We have to also add to this Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen. They're not here, but that's part of their group. Okay. Mr. Wonderful headlined how many WrestleManias in a row? King Kong Bundy, never been a fan, but Andre the Giant, enough said. Okay, who he is. He is the eighth wonder of the world. I actually think, other than my homer pick in the varsity club, right? Other than my homer pick, I do think that I won, but I look at impact on the business. You know, that matters to me, and I think you got that hands down. I'm not going to lie to you. I think you won that one. Honorable mention to Jimmy Hart's family. Yes, the Hart Foundation, the Army of Darkness, General Standar Akbars. Listen, that group with the missing link and a young dog-faced gremlin, incredible. But with that being said, guys,
next week, next Monday, we are drafting top 10 tag teams.
And I'm first.
Top 10 tag teams, and Mr. Knoxxx is first. It's on. He won first.
I think my bloodline rivals your Shield.
I think that's a great. I think it's a great one.
But it's not. But it's not. You know why? And real fast, I've said to you, why was the Shield so high to me? We talked about this months back. Remember, every member's been a world champion. That's what holds the bloodline back from being the greatest. Is that you may have arguably the greatest tag team, and arguably one of the greatest single competitors of all time, but separately, the Usos have done nothing individually, and that's where the Shield, they were great as a tag team, they were great as a six, and they were great as individuals. So I think you get that there. I'm gonna psychoanalyze that shit small fly, but guys, I really do gotta go. I thank you for your time. Listen, do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, "I love me some me," and not know that Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all the times. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're wrong. What you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You could call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So